Who the freak? Is that Moby Dick? Homeboy need proactive. What is going on around here? You got an eye rash? How y'all doing? It's your boy Josh and Ebon. Light. Let's get back into it, bruh. No talkies. We ain't gonna make the intro long. I know y'all don't like that. Let's just get up in here, bruh. So, shout out to Balcony as usual. She said that the heart stat check scene will be probably covered in the next video. Before that scene, you'll also finally get to lock in the character you choose for romance. So you already know who we choosing. Let's just get this over with. Come on, Heron, get your ass in here. So these elves are, can you back up, bruh? I was letting you slide last episode. I ain't doing that today. So these elves who are coming to speak with me. He smiled brightly. By all means, Majerly, if you wish my aid, you will have it. I'm good at talking with people, sometimes better, still seeing it at the truth, I think. Behind our shoulders, the distinctive sound of Dulier scoffing. I don't care about that name. Heron's smile widened slightly. I think I've been getting under his skin. Suppose he knows how close I am to stealing you away from him. I'm waiting. It's pretty safe with Dulier so far. I mean, I ain't seen no red flags with the homie. All things considered. Now she looking at Heron. You know, see how these hoes switch up? How many dangers has he saved you from that were the result of his designs? Dangers he created for the sake of you, say, blah, come on. Jesus, underbliss. Are you suggesting I've not been in peril at every turn? He shook his head. Oh, you have, most certainly. What do you think about these dreams? I'm not sure. There is both much and little in the world I believe can influence dreams. Most of which I believe can influence dreams anyone is capable of. Cut the tail or not, which is to say, I think dreamers are liars and being manipulated. Bro, you sound like a hater, dog. All my dreamers, stand up. I'm not gonna stand up because I'm sick. Bruh. I will be here listening. You'll be here sucking on the, oh.
If you don't get this hoe off my screen.
I'm telling you, bro, I am going to hit the punch command prompt if she ever tries me, bro. What's up? Calipo, you better get your mans, bro. Indeed. What kind of response is that, bro? Calipo, hit on my light work, dog. What happened to believe it? I was a trick. The elf flashed Dulier a quick look before her eyes stared a little sharply at me. I believe it is both. Why are you looking at Dulier? He gonna help you with this situation? Care to explain? The cutatel is not real. Man, purple text, come out. Square up with this hoe. Then you have no problem with the Kyla. I don't understand. On the contrary, I have a problem with every Galean should. She is attempting to make a fool of our people. You are already a fool and a puppet. I don't have to read the rest of your text, ho. Come get your mans, Dulier. Since you're sitting here looking at her, you're the only one making a fool of yourself. Facts! Throw in the Onyx traitor and you call me a fool? Bro, you are ugly, built wrong. Sit down somewhere. Fix your face. I am to assume that you're lying about your dreams then. Lying? No. I indeed had festering dreams of purple swirls and your so-called cut-the-tail's wicked tongue, but I am not so easily fooled. Then you just don't accept dreams. You a hater, bruh. You hating on the dreamers, bruh. That's pitiful. Not by some tide. I forgot that this was the girl that she was bringing in, bruh. Brought human walking blissfully into the fire. Also, are we not talking to other people? Hold up. Before we talk to this dumb broad. I thought we were talking about everybody, but it looks like we're not. So I'm gonna just talk to Vaden. Man, screw you. As I came beside him, I exhaled deeply, sucking up the conspiratory warmth in his, Wofford blah blah blah. I'm sorry you found no rest, Kyla. This is, well, if anyone's trying to corner you, it's not going to work. We're not going to let anything happen to you. I won't. And at least Callie is well invested now. The more people you get on your side, the fewer chances of Ikare and his ilk have of doing anything quietly and unscathed. I wish we could take you somewhere and hide you. Me too. Coughed out his breath. What do you mean? Well, I don't want to live by myself. I'll be dropped in another foreign land, lost as I am now. Elsewhere, at least, you're unlikely to be hunted. I suppose, at least here, I have allies in food. Well, perhaps it is time to start a new civilization then. Baby bacon! Only that, well, there are a lot of us who are unsatisfied with our lives at Galea. Then leave! Faded sighed. Not that you should decide anything too hastily. Your life should be in your own Then to my surprise, he reached for me. He once took hold of my hand and wrapped it up in the warmth of his own, and he smiled again. Thank you, bruh. My hand is a little cold from all these slithering snakes around me. It's good to see you out and about despite all this. I'm glad you're feeling well enough to trade. Tell me, if anyone bothers you. Wait, what does this mean? Yeah, Vadim, no offense, but with the Katsutel, maybe you should be telling me when people are mean to you. Did I piss him off? Alright, let's just say thank you, bro. Thank you, Vadim, for always having my back, being there to defend me, to comfort me. No one else was. He made a flustered noise halfway between a scoff and a gasp and averted his gaze, embarrassed. You do much for me, Akila. Your presence is grounding. It helps me see. Hey, that's babe, bruh. Calipoy return. Okay, but we can skip all this. Alright, we might as well do the other option while we're here. Yet you claim cut and tail dreams. Yet you've claimed to have dreams concerning the cut and tail, nature of which has it been made clear to be the impressions given me that the dreams were unpleasant. I have had dreams, blah blah blah. How unpleasant you are. Yes, talk that talk. Though I know their source is not what you would have me believe. You told Captain Lexice that you were concerned. I am concerned. I commander. No, he is in danger. He is a danger to every Gilead. You calling me a he? Another wild gesture. You talking to Dulier. This time he only responded with a widened smile, clearly flattered. Somehow this was feeding an already healthy ego. Akila had no part in this. You may not be aware, but she's been impaired ever since arriving in Gilead. Truly, if you wish to campaign against Dulier, do so, but do not try to sabotage Akila in the process. Yeah, look at my squad. If she is the vessel Dulier chooses, then she will be no more than suffered than he. A bit of paranoid to be wearing. Ten Linden. I don't imagine she'll be wearing it too long. Lacey laughed and shaking his head. Nothing to worry about concerning this one, Akila. Not too credible how now that she's laid out her theory. Well, this is what's simple. You don't believe the Cutatel is responsible for your dreams. That you should comfort Captain Lexice. I disagree, Commander. Captain Lexice understands what is happening here. I'm not sure if anyone understands what is happening here. Yeah, bruh. Are you going to tell us what happened in your dreams? No. Then you're useless. Doesn't matter. All I wanted to see the traitors and tell them that they're revealed. Man, I ought to ground stop you. Did it not disturb you? The dream, even believing it was not from the Cutatel. Only saw the ruins of Gilead and overhead of a purple haze. Scavengers. She shot Dulier a sharp look. With flowing golden crowds, picking at bones and rubble, they crowd the songs of self-praise as their feet rot beneath them. Their wings were crippled, atrophied with disuse, and paid no mind to me, careless as I frantically cut them down. Wigs, Aerodol sighed. You were dreaming of harpies with goated crowds. Is that all? You slaughtered Dulier, harpies, in Gilead's ruin with a purple overcast? Yes, Commander. Then excuse us, Ethade. Yeah, get out of here, bruh. Feel free to return at a later time, madam. I look forward to hearing more of your ideas. That was so strange. Yeah, she was a weirdo. Yes, a lot of things have been very strange since you showed up. I didn't show up. Yeah, you brought me up. Did you not remember, bro? I'll get another woman who was willing to speak to you. Y'all get troubled, like, bro. I have never seen a pack of losers get troubled over one human being. Imagine if we did an all-out war. Y'all be pissing in your pampers. I'll get another woman who was willing to speak to you. Hopefully this is as quick as before, but who is it? At Leva, a scout, or kept? I'm not sure. If she was kept, why would she be aboard? Cataloging. Just wait. But scouts usually, that was strange. Was it? Surely you expect some fanaticism fanaticism after that is display at the docks. Cut the tail or not, Galeans have proven they're as susceptible as mass hysteria as any other. Ought to hear you disparage your own people. Our people produce elves like you, did they not? It is not surprising to hear fevered dreams. Surely in every shift of time, there is balking at change. You're utterly flattered, painted as a harbinger of Galean ruin. He smiled at Ernurl and inclined his head. Man, I'd rather have Galean ruin. Ooh, hold up. Okay. I mean, you ain't better than the twins we saw in episode 7, or I think. Calipoa returned swiftly, this time followed by another woman. This one I was relatively sure I never met. Bro, she got that Bakugan, bro. She could see every move, bro. Hold up. Immediately smiled at me, then bowed ever slightly. Well met, Cut and Tail Bear. Your influence precedes you.
Or perhaps I should say, the Cutatel's influence.
Man, tell me about your dream and shut the up.
Bruh.
God dang, bro. Everybody trying to talk. Tell me what's up. Tell me about this dream you had.
Not one for dawdling.
This is Atleva. Atleva? Akila.
Yes, I know of her. Yeah, and indeed, 'twas the night before last I saw you in a dream. Almost as clearly as I see you now.
And who are you? Are you a kept? She smiled, shaking her head.
I was a scout before my injury.
She motioned down at her leg. Oh, you got hit by the cut-tail at the dog. Next time, don't be walking around the beach trying to go for a swim like these dumb suburban kids. You walk toward us fine.
There are good days and bad ones. Surely that is not what is most pressing at the moment.
Man, it don't matter, bro. We're looking for liars, and you're clearly what?
Establishing your reputation is rather important. I'm afraid it is known that elves are conspired against Akila. I see. Well, I would be glad to establish myself where necessary. Do you want to hear about the dream I had?
What was your injury? Ooh, wait, this is a decision. Yes, let's tell me the dream. We came here for the dream.
Yes, Atleva. Please. At first, I wasn't sure what was going on. I was bound in darkness, unable to move my body. Then, my brother appeared before me, his eyes faintly purpled. The sight of him comforted me, but only briefly. I soon began to feel dread as he approached me, as I lay where I was, unable to move. Something was very sinister within him. He was not my brother. I was by then very certain. He bent and whispered into my ear, "The wicked shall not be forgiven." Then, all I could see was purple. It filled the air like a thick fog. I still couldn't move, and my brother had gone limp, fallen beside me. That's when I saw you, Akila. It was you approaching me this time. You wore black, thick-lace Galilean embroidery. You were aglow, utterly aglow with purple. And then you said, "The passion is mine." I woke not long after. There was not a word among us for a moment.
Interesting. You deduce something sinister from all of this?
Of course. I was terrified. I do not consider myself easily shaken either. And I wasn't sure of it, but I felt like my brother was. Like a puppet. An unpleasant dream. Surely, altogether was not very strange. I suppose not. Still, I felt compelled to tell the captain. I felt it was my duty. I hope it's nothing, of course. I am as curious about the Cutatail as Eddie. And truly, Akila, you are a curious wonder. I've never seen a human send ripples through a Galea like this before. Well, thank you, Atleva. Akila, anything else?
You couldn't move,
You couldn't move? That was well known.
Yes, many know you've experienced that, Akila.
Atleva nodded. If that is truly something you experienced, then you have my sympathies, Akila. Even knowing it was a dream, the thought of experiencing it again, I can't think of much worse.
After Atleva took her leave, Kelly heaved a sigh. There are 2 more, but they refuse to speak with you. Lexice wouldn't even name them to me. I'll do some digging. Keep your spirits high, Freds. I wanna leave. Your wits at hand, at least. So what do you think? We should jump Calipo? She with Ikare?
And now we found ourselves nursing elves back from bad dreams. Perhaps this ship is stocked with the weakest among us.
There might be something to that. I've seen more than a few elves aboard. I call expendable. Captain Lexice is in healthy standing. Ikare is aboard. Dulier. If this aim is to turn the ship against her, all one needs is numbers. If Lexice can be turned, I'll speak to him. Don't worry, his lover is not dead, and I will ensure they're handsomely compensated for their injury. Don't compensate that man. Leave him in the trenches, dog.
If only all were as easily bought, Dulier. Is it really a problem? A few dreams are going to cause? No, Major Lee, it won't be enough. We'll make sure not to lend any credibility to this hysteria. They weren't the first, and won't be the last to have dreams about you.
He smiled at me. His brow was knit slightly and betrayed concern. You know, at least these group of people are not too racist, you know. At least they're not racist, you know what I mean? Because all I've seen is racism at this point. Racism. Something I see every day. You'll be all right. He reached out for my hand. If you want to go up and look out, you have allies. Even more than just us. No, I don't. We'll fight for you. You already have been. Yes, I suppose we have. Erno's stare turned distant. This foolishness
ness serves further proof of whatever you are becoming. You made us all fools. The only sensible thing left to do is embrace it. So I shall. I will do everything I can to keep you safe, Akila. The whispers are only dangerous when they turn to action when you can't be reached. As long as they can't reach you, you'll be alright. There must be a way. I guess another critique of this game is, I guess, the length of scenes. Speaking of perspective of video game, if this is perspective of a novel, which I believe this is probably a novel anyway, honestly, don't even care if I have to read this much. But since this is a game and you're trying to entertain, you know, it's still at the same time we understand it's a visual novel. Some of these scenes could be shortened up. So that is one critique, but I would definitely say it's way better than Perfumaire's length, so that's good. Perfumaire was like, it was making progress, but some of the scenes were questionable. Which, by the way, I might as well just let you know, I know Balcony, you wanted to see more Perfumaire. I don't know what happened to my save. I think I lost my save, so unless you want me to replay that bit, I don't know, bruh. That's looking like a dead in the Matrix. I'm not gonna lie to you, bruh. Calipoe came back around and told us she thought Captain Lexice would be reasonable. After Ethane's conspiracy had come to light, he threw out the idea that these dreams were anything more than a coincidence. Still, I couldn't help but wonder. Pathetic how they scramble. Are you giving the elves bad dreams, Ghost? I am not within, but any but you. Why do you move your eyes as if they could see me? You see what you want to see. Then I am the only one whose dreams you spoil. Yes. Uncomfortably straightforward, my cryptic little plague. I am little because you don't see otherwise, you small human. You do not know the size of things. I laid in bed and exhaled. Man, dude, I'm just so tired. Let's just get to the action, dog. Let's get to it, bruh. Peace came easier than it had in the past nights. Perhaps truly I was growing numb to the chaos. Kyla just got straight hoed, bruh. Came into a country in instant racism. But why wouldn't I? So much was out of my control. And you believe you have allies, dude, don't you? You would have me isolated, wouldn't you? You, my only ally? I am not your ally. The one who wishes to isolate you is the old one. Included in his webs, all of those who contributed to your abduction. We are both abducted. We were? Refused to rob me of any more sleep. I wouldn't try. See disturbing crops in my mind, meant to torment me and keep me awake, but I refused. I was shuffling outside the cabin door, turned my head. Calipoe said she'd be working through the night, perhaps. It is not Veding. I didn't you? You chose him from the others. I scoffed at the way my voice in my head made that sound. You seek a tender, soft embrace in this world. You consider hostile? These are children. Their fights are the squabbles of children. Oh my goodness. Fine, we're growing close. Yeah, I have relationships with Veding. We're growing close, I suppose. Alright, so this is what Balcony was talking about. If you continue with this choice, Veding will court Akila. I'm going for that. That fool. That concern right now is staying alive. A wasted concern. You won't. Do you worry for these elves? Do you not fear ending their lives as fear-mongers themselves say you will? Of course, I worry. Things have already... If it gets out of hand, someone is bound to get hurt. They have already tried to kill you once, human. Is the danger really me? Yes, bruh. No. The whole game is not being you. Okay, who the freak? The impact of my face to the floor woke me up. I had been thrown from the cabin's bed, and at first, I was certain I was being attacked. Who the freak is this? I'll look up to see Chandler. Akila, hurry up. Get to the deck. Hurry. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. My nipples are racked.
Hey, yo.
You did not need to hear that. All right, let's just go with the flow. Change your clothes, Akila. Whoa, she just sucked to hell. The ship rocked violently and I was thrown against the bed under it. Come on. Chandler had the sense to grab a hold of the door frame. As I climbed to my feet, I felt a pang of jealousy. Don't trip, bro. Let's go. Change your clothes. Were we under attack? Elves were scrambling everywhere. Uh-oh. Oh, what you want? Y'all want smoke? I try not to imagine how much tossing the ship could take before it breaking apart. Where's everyone? Chandler. Saffron and Mir are with the rest of your group, even the Onyx Chandler, all waiting for you. Take me then. Then hurry. Yes, follow. Okay, what's up? Calipoe was shouting commands at the group of archers,
including Vaden and Lacey nearby. Heron and Ernol were assisting with the assembly of a barricade, maybe for the archers. Dulier stood further away, alongside Saffron and Amir. There, where Chandler brought me. Good morning. What is it? Here, darling. Draped a cloak over my oh, dang, bruh. I'm a part of the Brotherhood now. God dang. I was confused. He waved almost peacefully to the sea as I heard the sound of a dozen bows shooting a wave of arrows. What? Who the freak? Is that Moby Dick? You really is the last of your name, bro. Leave, bro. We ain't trying to deal with the smoke right now. Homeboy need proactive. What is going on around here? You got an eye rash? I ain't eating that. I finally caught a sight of it. My mind reeled as it could possibly. What is that? I could make sense of the large gray form, larger than the ship, larger than anything alive. Right to be raising itself above water. We have no idea. What we do know is that it finds something offensive about our ship. Man, I find something offensive that you don't take care of your skin, Moby. I heard Calipoa yelling. She sounded frustrated, frantic. Ship eater. I think we'll call it. Assuming if we survive. You know Dulier was negative, bro. Look at this dude. Dulier, on the other hand, maddeningly calm. I'll be calm. I ain't scared of no Moby. Nigga named Moby. Akila, now is the time to prove your worth. I don't know about that. I'm not trusting on Cut and Tell right now. I snapped my attention to Saffron, who wore an intense expression that betrayed her fear and desperation. Look at you. You can't even back up your own words. That's crazy. Now you hating on me. You were hating on me before, now you want me to use my powers. I ought to not use my powers. The archers are pushing it back underneath, but it's only a matter of time until we're capsized by that thing. It's massive. Wait, is this the scene that Balcony was talking about? Let me look at the compendium. I'm not gonna lie. Curiosity, charm, tenacity, daring, virtue, desire, amenity. I feel like we have enough to push it back. What will you have me do, bro? What you want me to do? Whatever you can. She would have you kill it using those mysterious powers. She could barely acknowledge it out loud. I would advise you to ignore them, but considering our situation, as perhaps it is best that you entertain them carefully. Okay? The archers are okay. Look at this homeboy, hooded. Why, you don't want Moby Dick to look at you? Shooting Biwana, fish in the ocean. Arrows not intended for. Ain't better. Akila, you're alright. Did you get woken up? A pity. Hey, bro, you better be praising me, because if I push this nigga back, I'm not sure driving it underneath is a good idea. The archers are only antagonizing, but we can't get away quickly enough. They could shoot at something more vulnerable. Look at you elves, useless. What would you do if I'm not on this ship? Why is the bottom of our ship defenseless? Why did we build it with spikes? How easily the mighty fall to their knees at the whims of the sea. The ship can't weather this, and the moment that thing decides to get a little closer, Akila, I'm sorry to ask this, but kill it now. You don't have to do this. Oh yes, she does. Vaden. Hug him. Yeah, let me hug my boy. I started to see over his shoulder, numbed at first what was happening. Then I noticed Lacey and the two others archers looking at us. Not really the time for coddling, is it? In a horrible second, I realized, hey, Lacey sounded nervous. Yeah, look at him. I closed my eyes and hugged Vaden tight. If I see eyes, I'll bind it. If I see its heart, I'll pierce it. I'm sure it doesn't wear its heart on the outside. Focus your aim, Lacey. Come on, Vaden. These look a little uglier than Gallows, but she faced him down just fine. She used its to dance by now. And Akila, whatever happens. Yeah, alright. No more. Just go and kill it. Right. I must. Calipoa pulling me backward. What's up? Look at my savageness. Alright, hold up. Let me change the gear, bruh. Let me change it to my home fit. You feel me? Where I came from. This is my people's fit. These are my people's clothes. Y'all go respect it. You forego. Oh, what the? A terrible crunchy sound nearly threw all of us back to the deck. When I looked over at the sea, I nearly froze. There he is, bruh. Let's do it. Bring your ghost! Cap Calipoa yelled her order. They quickly moved towards that archer. What do you want us to do? What? I was frazzled, difficult focusing. Man, catch up! Come on, Akila. Orders, Akila. Do you want to listen to my orders now? Stay with you? Amir can help with the repairs. He's quick. I may be more useful than the other archers. All three of you help elsewhere. I'll go alone. All right, then. Okay, if Chandler is good at helping with the archers, Amir is gonna help repair the deck. Saffron could just stay with me. Bro, we literally at the last save, bro. Both of you go to the archers and the repairs. Amir and Chandler nodded, rushing off in different directions, leaving me alone with Saffron. I watched her leave for a second, then turned a fierce stare at me. Let's do this quickly. I turned toward the sea and marveled at my credible misfortune. Oh, look at my girl, bruh. Let's go, bruh, let's go. Aim for its eyes, or the roof of its mouth, its fins, blowholes. Assuming I can aim at anything. This is madness. This is utter madness. How could I be this close? You will drown if you get lost in your mind. Insufficient madness? What the frick is that? Cuttertail, fight with me. Cuttertail, wake. You must fight with me. For us both. You do not understand. I do not need you to persist. Then, please help us. The silence followed my request was harrowing. The beast before me crept higher above the sea, growing ever bigger and bigger than seemed possible. Akila, I don't know what more to do. I am deaf to begging. You will have to force me if you can. I will force Then I will force you, ghost. Do so. Focus. All right, bet. Let's go. Let's focus. I had no idea what that meant, what exactly I was focusing on. It all swirled around in my head, shapeless as a color I had never seen. Yet slowly, too slowly, I could feel it coming. Defend us. My head began to pound, my jaw tense. The seawater sprayed in my face, following the bloom a splash of the behemoth turning. You seek protection. That evils that plague your heels, death chasing, unfair truth of unfair life. Akala, you have to do something, but consider the wolf that kills to eat. We must all eat. You do not deserve protection, human. There's no justice between us. I do not care. I will not die here. A coward. I am not a coward. Uh-oh. A bright pulse grew around me, lingering in the air like a bubble. Ooh, there it is. Saffron gasped beside me. The other elves, and though they were unable to afford distraction long, shout in surprise. A creature rose right higher in the air. A bubble danced around me like flames crackling. The ship swayed in response to the movement of the creature. I stumbled forward, alarmed to discover the bubble moving around me. Whatever you're doing, you better not be trying to save only yourself. I'm not doing any of this on purpose. She grows obnoxious. Giant fish opened its mouth. It's this terrible, huge teeth on this full display. How could something like this be real? You will do the rest. I didn't bother asking what it meant. I knew I didn't have time. The fish was starting to jolt forward. The bubble around me twitched once more, then burst, rushing through me and outward. The air knocked out of me, and for a moment my body had seasoned in a sharp burst of pain. Oh, it's on the fish now. I recovered quickly and watched as the purple construct wrapped around the fish, then melt into its flesh. It writhed as a wave of arrows shot out like pins stuck to the fish where the purple had melted, burrowing deeper than they had before. Stealing a glance at the archers, a small smile pressed my lips. Vade then stole a glance of his own. Somehow our eyes met. Even from a distance, I could see worry on his face. Fish rolled in water, making a wave, threw in my footing. Most of the elves recovered fine. Ah! Chandler! Despite the shouts, why'd I yell like that? Despite the shouts drew my attention. As I stood, I discovered Chandler had also fallen. I only had remained down, injured, but I couldn't see why. Akila! I turned my attention back to the monstrosity. It had opened its mouth wide, recovered, making its way towards the ship again. I had no time to think. Best I could was push the cutter outward. Akila, you could do this! The flurry of a purple shot toward the fish, and it struck it within its gaping mouth. It started to sink beneath the water. Just for a moment, I thought I was leaving, but then it rose again. So fast as momentum rolled a giant wave over the deck of the bastion. We were all thrown with the water, scrambling for something to keep our footing. Here, the elves did no better than I. Soaking wet, I clung to the railing, burning with anger. Yeah, what's up? It's protected its brood. What? What was that what was I supposed to do with that? It was going to destroy us. I heard a single shout from the archers again, locked. I couldn't ascertain what bothered them, though Chandler was gone. Vaden and Lacey looked harrowed. Their discomfort did a little bolster my confidence. It's coming. The size of things, it is a beast, but so much larger. You are its food. Your putrid fear sickens me. Shut up. Another roll, another wave. I kept hold on the railing, my arms feeling weaker as if this went much longer. What is going on, bruh? My legs shook weak and they were losing sensation. My fingers were numb, straining. I had already lost my grip with my hand. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, is grip is what we supposed to upgrade, bruh? Bruh, is that what we needed to upgrade? How do we upgrade grip? Then I did. I lost my grip completely. I was certain I was going to plunge in the ocean. If I was lucky, I closed my eyes, but I did feel myself slipping. I opened them again, and I realized my feet was planted firmly on the wooden glick, the cuttertail. Yet again, the deck jerked as a wave washed over us, loosening our ever-weakening grips. I was gripped hard as the monster was trying to wash us away, and that's what I knew what I was doing. I didn't know why. It could eat the ship, so why bother? Kyla, hit it again! I couldn't tell which direction Callie's voice was coming from. I'd long since lost a sense of my surroundings between vertigo and the wet purple senseless confusion. Each horrible twist of the wood, the dark, welcoming fathoms below. I was thankful that my feet was chosen the convenient time to lock themselves to the deck. I began to panic me. Thrashed about, doomed as the ship to be, I couldn't imagine the bastion coming from this hole, away from this hole, even if the beast decided to leave us be. You waste so much time. I'm trying to think. Give me some options then. I caught up sight of the elves, Ernol and Heron, taking up swords, readying themselves, but for what? What good a sword could do? They are stubborn fools. I keep seeing the elves look at me, their expression scared, desperate, hopeful. Bro, the cuttertail, it burns from within. I turned toward the voice, though I couldn't discern who it came from. There was a flurry of elves around me. Kyla, now! Alright, maybe we gotta shoot in the mouth. Alright, hit in the mouth. I looked at the bits of its gaping mouth and decided, is your mouth soft? Does it hurt to eat? Ooh, the cuttertail's talking. Forcing the cuttertail out of me, I watched the glimmer of purple shoot through the air, and it disappeared inside the fish.
Self-voicing enabled.
No.
Forced. Self-voicing disabled.
Yes. Nothing happened and the panic started to take hold. Attack at the same place. Again, another wave of the push of the purple in the creature's mouth. This time the creature responded by jolting, partially closing its mouth and slowly. The shot from the arrows, sticking most to the fish's face, managed to puncture the fixture's eye, but it seemed to have a thick, slippery skin that had trouble with. Atakos, kill it! The archers were firing rapidly, intensely around me. Elves had grown intent and quiet. My hand shook, twitched. My cheeks tingled and began to draw the cuttertail again. Before I could, the ship cracked beneath me and I was thrown into the air, landed against it hard, then began to slide down sharply angled the deck toward the ocean. The giant fish finally rammed into the ship. I was thrown into the air at impact. I slammed against something, an elf, I think, collision, shooting sharp pain through my back, pushing out all the air out of my lungs. I began to slide down the deck, broken pieces and debris everywhere. Then I finally crashed into the ocean. I hadn't a chance to recover my breath as I rapidly sunk beneath the water. My arms too had sworn a flare, my legs numb, unresponsive, and I found desperately needed air. The end.
Bruh.
And attacked directly towards the fish head. I jolted this time, then both veered at the strange angle. I heard cheers around me, cut off abruptly, then the ship was thrown upward. I was only nearly caught a hold of the railing as the ship was tossed about. Hold on! Horrible sound of wood snapping came all around me. I was certain we were doomed. Instead of the ship slowly righted itself, the sea was calmed. The pools of blood in the sea, distance. Now where the ship had been. Vondatus! The wave of dizziness passed through me and my hands began to twitch. My eyelids were becoming heavy. No, not yet. You can't hold this. So did we survive? I went to hit the head this time. Kyla. Saffron sounded exhausted, though not quite equally, called from behind me. Stay here. A pointless demand. I didn't have energy to move it. And in fact, I could no longer stand. My knees gave in. Kyla! Elf skidded beside me, only nearly catching me as I fell. What? Did you get hurt? He looked over me quickly, his eyes so wide and full of concern, green as a fir sapling. I took a lot out of me. The cuttertail went away. He stared at me in silence, then nodded. You need a rest. The ship? Doesn't matter. He said it too quickly, too insistent. I knew something was the matter. I knew we were going to sink. We're going to... No, we're not. We're not. Rest. Gather your strength. We'll think of something. There were minimal losses. Talented elves aboard. They'll repair. We'll come up with a plan. Just rest. You don't sound confident of... Oh, I am. If we go under, I'll start swimming. And I am a good swimmer. Was that a joke? It was too much... Too overwhelming. Terrifying. I was too exhausted. Losing my connection to reality by the second. Rest. His arms tightened around me, and I lost consciousness. My eyelids were heavy. My arms felt like weights strapped to my shoulders. The soreness on my 3 days, foraging, without rest, couldn't begin to compare. Yeah, you definitely upgraded, bruh. My legs were barely any better, but all through my stomach and my chest there was weariness, a weakness. How are you feeling? I looked at the commander. Commander was sitting next to the bed, confused. All right, y'all. I think we're gonna stop it here. I'm running out of save spots. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I'm not mistaken, this is the hard part that Balcony was talking about. So I feel like we got past the hard part where Moby Dick pulled through and we had to survive it with certain options. Also, those options that we needed, those skills we needed to have, I don't know if we even had them. Like, if we're looking back at the thing real quick, we need a grip, and I'm assuming grip is like strength or something like that. But I do think that we had tenacity and might. Maybe that was what really saved us. I don't know. Our faith is really low, which is weird. I feel like we should have more faith if we have a lot of tenacity and especially daring. Nah, this was the lit episode. This was the episode I was waiting for, bro, because we just took action. We finally used the cut to tail, and I feel like that's what we need to do now. If we want to use the cut to tail's power, we have to force it. I think the cut to tail doesn't want weakness. He wants strength. He wants, you know, someone to prove that I am worthy of your power. It's weird because in the prompts, I try to look for the prompts to see the hit the weakness of the Moby Dick. It was saying that we needed to hit the mouth was the weakness, right? At least that's what I saw earlier, but I guess it didn't work, so we had to hit it in the head to really kill it. So I guess in the next episode we'll figure out what happened and transpired. God dang, bro, that was something, bro. That was what I wanted, bro. Either way, man, let me know how excited you are for the next episode. As usual, thank you for supporting Black business. Stay blessed, keep your head strong, and I'm gonna see you when I see you. Peace.